What's up, everybody? It's your boy John Juan, and today is January the 3rd, 2014, and this is my third day straight doing some audio. And I am amazed how easy it is for me to talk into this smartphone and do these podcasts now. I think I can crank out like 10 minutes a day now. As a matter of fact, fuck typing. I don't even have to type on the blog anymore. I just pick up the smartphone and talk. Back in 2007, when I was doing this, 2007 on up, it was hard as hell. I think I was trying to be too creative, throwing music in the background, and you know, and editing and doing all kinds of intros and outros and all that bullshit. Now I just pick the shit up and talk into it and upload it. So that's how it's gonna go. One of the things that I didn't talk about yesterday that I thought about today as I was rolling around is religion. You know, I often get asked, what is your religion? Are you religious? Are you an atheist? Do you not believe in God? I mean, you do porn, so, maybe you are a devil worshiper or something. you know, well, my answer to that is I am a man that believes in God. There is a higher power, and I believe in him. I also believe in the devil, because if you have a God, you have to have the opposite of God, which would be the devil. I guess people tend to get their religious beliefs from their parents, unless you convert, when you get to a certain age, certain point in life, certain events in your life usually they will cause you to convert. But so I've always called myself Christian because I came up in a household that was Christian. Both of my parents, they claim to have come up going to church every Sunday. I mentioned before that in the blog, as I visited Louisiana and I visited Mississippi growing up. That's where my family originates from. And see, there I go again. Like like I said yesterday, you start talking about your past or your history or your family life. You start blending in and encroaching on other people's personal shit. But so for the most part, I guess their background is Southern because they came up, well, they were born in the South and migrated, so they carried on Southern traditions. And like I said, I was rolling around today, and there's like a big ass church on most corners that you go to here in Georgia. I mean, there's churches up north, on every corner too. The old saying, a church and a liquor store on every corner. But it's really a big deal down here in GA. These churches here broadcast on TV. They got the well-known church choirs and preachers and all that other bullshit. Well, I'm sorry, let me not say bullshit, but all that other, all those other things down here. And so I figured I'd talk about that today. like I said, I would consider myself Christian or Baptist. That's because I came up in that type of household. Now, the funny thing about that, me coming up and calling myself Christian, is I can count on my hands the amount of times I've even been to church. you know, and to be completely honest with you, I barely even remember growing up. I think I maybe went twice or three times. Easter, you know, and that was it. That was it. I mean, I've been to some weddings and of course funerals, and I've been to church then. But other than that, my main memories of going to church has been with bitches. As a teenager and in my 20s, it seems like I'd always meet women, or young ladies, I should say, that would, all of a sudden say, let's go to church. And I think that had a lot to do with their perception, their perception of coming over, meeting my family. You know how it is when you introduce somebody to your family. They'd come in and see, oh, okay, this dude, he lives with both his parents. He's his real mother, real father. He's not adopted. Everybody in the house looks alike. They must be religious people. Let me take them to my church or something and show them that I'm religious too. Some shit like that. Or then again, it could be that they were feeling guilty after, giving me some pussy on Saturday night. They wanted to go to church and repent on Sunday, because that's how it usually happened. We'd be fucking on Saturday night, and I wake up in the morning and the bras would be like, let's go to church. So that's mainly what I remember about church, going with women. And I don't know, at this point in my life, I'm so full of myself. I'm the man that there's no way in hell that I could go to one of these churches nowadays and listen to a preacher or minister or bishop or whatever the fuck whatever people call themselves. I couldn't have another man tell me how to live my life or worship God, serve the Lord or whatnot, because I've been, living my life the way I've been living it for almost 40 years now. And like I said, I believe in God. So, you're not going to hear any upcoming audio or read any future posts in my blog of me finding God, because I already know God. And I also believe in, well, I don't know. I'm not going to say I believe, but I also have great respect for all religions. Even though I guess, like I say, I would have to call myself Christian. I really know more about other religions like Islam, because that was coming up when I was in high school and in college. That was the popular thing to do, to study Islam. And I would read different portions of the Quran, and I've never read the Bible. I think I mentioned that in one of my blog posts before. I've never read anything. I do, you know what? Coming up, I do remember my parents telling me to memorize one of those poems, those psalms. Though walking through the valley of the dead or some shit. I don't know, but I did remember that at one point. I had it memorized, but that's about the only thing I can tell you about the Bible. And I know that that may sound crazy, but guess what? I'm actually, I actually am glad that I wasn't led into any particular religion, or I wasn't dragged in any churches. And I think that's what makes me who I am today. Um, I strongly believe that if you just live right, everybody knows what living right is. Living right is not harming others and doing on to others how you would like to be done to yourself. And that's how I've been living for the past 30 plus years. So, I don't know. I guess that answers a lot of the questions that I get, because I don't respond to emails a lot. I look at emails, I don't like responding, because in my mind, if you're emailing me or whatever, you're emailing me because you're looking at the porn. And I'm not a big pornography fan. Like I said yesterday, I just like to fuck. So what you see is just me fucking and getting my dick sucked. And if you're emailing me, you're most likely some type of a pornography fan, and you're all tied into pornography. And so I don't usually email people. I don't usually have conversations with motherfuckers that are looking at the porn. But I used to get a whole lot of emails from people talking about, you going to hell, you going to hell. Dealing with hookers, dealing with prostitutes, and sex without being married. That's sin. You're sinning. So, and I guess shit, if I'm not a real religious person and I don't know any better, I guess it's not a sin, right? But so yeah, I think I pumped out 10 minutes today. 10 minutes of just me talking from the top of my head again. Isn't that something? And call me delusional, but I swear these last 3 days have been record days for me. I don't know if it's just because it's a new year, or if it's because of first and people got paid. But I tend to believe that I have a lot of people that look at my blog and listen to my audio that stumbled upon that before they stumbled upon the porn. And you hear me talk, you reading what I'm typing in my blog may have sparked a little bit of interest. So a lot of people may have pulled out their credit cards or debit cards, their checks or whatever, and decided to see what the other end of John Juan is about. So for that, I thank you, and I'm gonna keep doing the porn, and believe it or not, I'm gonna keep on doing this audio. I'm gonna have something for you tomorrow. Like I said, I'm just trying to gain momentum, and I am going to keep on talking, and the audio is going to get better, and I'm going to start doing some video on here. And even though I guess I got a handful of people listening to what I'm saying on YouTube, you can look at the YouTube stats and see, 10 views, 13 views. Guess what? I don't give a fuck. I wouldn't care if 3 people are listening. What I do is done because I enjoy doing it. And I blog every day. I shoot the porn. And I'm going to do this because this is something that I enjoy doing. So whatever I'm at, if I'm up north, down south, out west, out the country, I'm going to make time to blog and to do my porn or do whatever every day. Well, I won't say every day. Well, I've been saying every day for the last 10 years. I can't do it every day, but at least a couple times a week. Well, who knows? I don't know. I've done this audio 3 days straight now, so maybe this will work out better than the blogging. It's a whole lot easier picking up a smartphone and talking into that than it is typing, some run-on sentences and posting that onto the blog. While I'm at it, let me tell you about that. I do know how to I do know how to punctuate. I do know how to, make correct sentences and everything. But what happened is, back in the day when I started blogging, I was doing the HTML and I didn't know how to do spaces or do the indent sentences. So it just looks like a wall of text. And, I just said, fuck it. It was easier. When you see me type something on the blog, that's just me just blurting out, what I'm thinking about. Well, not blurting, but just typing out what I'm thinking about for about 10, 15 minutes a day. That wall of text that you see takes about 10, 15 minutes of my time. And I'm not sitting there contemplating how I'm gonna make something, sound good or write something good. And it's just like I said, I've been doing that shit for 7 years, and I'm gonna keep on doing it that way. I guess one day when I sit down and do a book, that'll be my only challenge, having somebody go through and punctuating it right, whatnot. So no, I'm not dumb. I do know how to write correct sentences and shit. Maybe the next blog entry I'll go ahead and show you that I do know how to do something other than write a wall of text. But anyways, I'm out. Talk to you tomorrow. Take it easy.